Sonic is one of the most marketable characters of all time, and with that, there are and were a lot of companies trying to make Sonic merch. But not all products you've seen or even have over the years look like what they did at release date. And also, there are some products that never got released. So today we're going to be looking at Sonic prototype merch, whether it be released or never released. I wanted to start out with a kellytoy plush. Now, if you don't know the company kellytoy, it's an American toy company that specializes in prize plushes for carnivals and claw machines. And they had the Sonic license during the 2000s. For those who know about kellytoy Sonic plushes, I could talk about popular prototypes like the metallic Tails and Sonic plushes or the unreleased Cheetah Chow plush, but people have made videos talking about those plushes. I wanted to talk about a plush I stumbled upon myself actually as I was making this video. It's this 40-inch Sonic plush that looks like it was made out of different materials than other kellytoy plushes. It looks higher quality than the other plushes, and to me, I thought the materials resembled GE's plushes. At first, I thought there was a scrap plan with GE and kellytoy for GE to use kellytoy's plush patterns to make their first plushes, similar to how Jazzwares used the superposers and other figure lines from Toy Island to get them started. But after having a second glance at the plush, I concluded that this is the cancelled plush on the Sonic page of the kellytoy catalog in 2009, with the cancelled Flapjack and Chowder plushes. It made sense, it looked just like it, and there were plans for a 40-inch size. Also, if anyone else has noticed lately in the Lost Media community, there has been plushes from this catalog that have been found, like the Mung and Flapjack plushes. At the time of me making this video, the plush is on eBay for around $500 at the moment. So if anyone wants a piece of Sonic merch or overall plush history, I'll put the link in the description if the plush is still for sale when this video gets released. If not, sorry. We all know about the plush and blanket sets. It's a very smart marketing tactic. You use the plush as sort of a pillow and you use the blanket to get warm. If you've been in the Sonic merch community for a certain amount of time, you will know about the Northwest Sonic plush and blanket set. But did you know about the prototype? The public found out about this set by the YouTuber The Sniz Knight, also known as the Sega Collector. The backstory is that his friend's dad worked for an FYE store and would get boxes of products he would take home. Sega Collector's friend would give him the Sonic merch, and one day his friend gave him the prototype set. He found out that this was a prototype years after he got it because he lost interest in the Sonic series when he got it in 2013, but he found out when he gained his interest back in 2016. The Sega Collector has a theory that Northwest tried making a plush based off of the Western design of Classic Sonic, but was cancelled because everyone knew Classic Sonic by his Japanese design, which I could see being the case. Personally, being more of a Western Classic Sonic guy myself, it's sad to see this plush that represents Western Sonic go nowhere further than a prototype, because I honestly think there should be more Western Classic Sonic representation to show more about how Sonic was represented in the past in America. But hey, the Northwest Sonic plush that came out looks cool alongside the prototype, and thank you Sega Collector for making a video about the plush. The company Toy Island was the second master toy partner for Sonic, which mainly focused on figures but had other products like inflatable chairs and punching bags that were also inflatable. Even though Toy Island focused on figures, they still had plans for Sonic Adventure plushes. To my logic, there are two versions of the set. One with Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, and Big, and one with Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, a Chow, and a 20-inch Sonic plush. People in the Sonic merch community might notice that these plushes use the pattern of the Sonic Adventure Sega Prize plushes from Wave 1. I think Sega wanted the SA1 plushes to be made out of cheaper materials to be mass-produced more. So they got Toy Island at the time to use their SA1 plush pattern to make them out of cheaper materials, not just to make more plushes, but to make the process faster overall. The main reason I think the set got cancelled was because of Toy Island just not having enough experience with plushes. Because the characters just look off model. I mean, look at Sonic's blue arms. Look at Tails in general. The Chow's highlights and wing color are gone. Big stripes on his arms are gone. And he has white gloves. I think Toy Island didn't have creators that knew anything about plush making. And these plushes were made just to show that they can make plushes and will get plush creators later, but they don't even do good at showing that. Sega must have been thinking that if Toy Island can't get plush creators for this set, what's the point of even going through with the plushes? Not just that, Toy Island's overall accuracy was very on and off over time. Like, look at Wave 2 of the Sonic X figures. They made very accurate 3D figures to represent 2D character designs. But then look at their Amy figure. Yeah, I feel like it's best that they never came out with these plushes. There's one more plush we will be talking about, and that's this Rouge the Bat plush that is of unknown origin. When I looked at the listing on eBay, it was in French. People are saying that Tomy made the prototype, which I could see, but I think it could be Jazzwares because it looks like it could fit with the Jazzwares plushes, and maybe they tried using better materials to show Sega that they can make decent plushes. This plush, even though looking like it could be with the other Jazzwares plushes, it still looks better than the other ones Jazzwares made. This plush also looks very unfinished as well, and it's a mystery from what company it came from. But if you have any idea what company it came from, let me know in the comments. I wanted to move from plushes and go to clothing and jewelry. There was going to be a classic Sonic back to school set that contained a hoodie, shoes, backpack, pencil case, headphones, notebook, a pencil, and a phone case. This was in a classic Sonic style guide that came out in 2014 that had a bunch of other Sonic clothing that never came out, and I believe the reason why it never came out was because of Sonic Boom coming around this time. I picked this set to talk about because I wondered what the target demographic was because of the phone case. Was this for teens or children? We may never know. This set would also have come with a lot of stuff for a back to school set, which could be the reason why none of this stuff got released as well. But at least we have an idea of what Sega was willing to do to promote Sonic back then. There are pieces of jewelry by Han Cholo that are prototypes of the 20th anniversary pieces they did release. Remember the Sonic head ring from the 10th anniversary? Well, here's a prototype for the 25th one. They actually used modern Sonic's design, which is probably why it got scrapped, because Classic Sonic was the Sonic that represented the 25th anniversary. This is a pendant of Sonic holding a Chaos Emerald that, to me, resembles ancient art that looks like it could be in a museum. This piece is called Sonic Emerald Holding. The last piece that caught my interest is this Sonic laying in a ring. This is called the Chill Ring Pendant. Now there are 3 other pieces, which are a Sega Genesis pendant, a Sega Genesis controller pendant, and a Sonic 25th anniversary logo pin. Now, from the information I gathered, here's what I think happened to these pieces. Han Cholo put the pieces that are mainly based on modern Sonic for pre-order. Han Cholo noticed that Classic Sonic was representing the 25th anniversary at the time, so they made new pieces. Sad to see these go though, since I really thought modern Sonic could have had way more representation. The last thing I want to talk about for this category is the Dolce & Gabbana Shadow the Hedgehog shoes. Now before I get into anything, I want to clarify that these are not called the Shadow the Hedgehog shoes or have any association with Sega or the Sonic IP. So this product being a prototype is way more theory based than anything. Here's my theory. I think Dolce & Gabbana was going to have a collaboration with Sega on the Sonic shoes. Maybe there was going to be a Sonic and Shadow set. The reason why I put this here is because I was doing research on Sonic gear for this video, and I stumbled upon this on the prototype page, and I knew I had to put it in the video somewhere. So here you go, the Dolce & Gabbana Shadow the Hedgehog shoes. And that's it for jewelry and clothing. Now let's move on to the last category for this video. There's actually one set of figures I want to talk about, and that's the Joyride SA2 Bendy figure set with Sonic and Shadow. These figures are well known for their accuracy to promotional art and overall performance for figures that came out in the early 2000s. But did you know that the original design of these figures were supposed to have joints? Yeah, they were never supposed to be bendable figures. They were supposed to be joints, and honestly, for prototypes, these look amazing. Now, you see how beautiful these figures look? They should be reserved, you could say, right? Unfortunately, we have no idea if these figures are still around or got destroyed, because prototypes, 9 times out of 10, once the final figures are done, the company sees no use in these prototypes anymore. So they throw them away or they get destroyed. And that's the main reason why I wanted to make this video, just to show while some of these prototypes may not look the best, some of them sadly get destroyed. To us collectors and fans, it doesn't matter how bad the products look to us. They should be in museums because the impact some of these had on generations of people. But to companies, these are just toys that don't even matter. They just throw them away. And that's a look at the world of Sonic merch prototypes. I know there's plenty other merch prototypes of Sonic out there, but they've either been documented to the sands of time or they're just recolors of existing figures and plushes. I hope you guys liked this video. I honestly enjoyed doing research for this video. I also want to thank Sonic Gear, Sonic Retro's Blue Blood, the Sega Collector, and Sonic Stadium for helping me find out about Sonic prototype merch. I've been knowing about some of this stuff since I was a kid, but it's glad to know about new stuff that has been documented recently and just doesn't have enough attention. And you guys let me know if you want more videos about Sonic's prototype merch. Maybe there can be a part 2. But for now, thank you guys for watching, and peace.